Hey everybody, Adam Savage at Prop Store in Los Angeles with Megan, and it is, you've heard of Taco Tuesday, it's MacGuffin Monday. You have two MacGuffins to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
This one I'm holding is from a movie I watched. And
Yeah?
actually, so this is from
Red Notice.
Yes.
That's correct.
I watched it, it's fine.
It's fun.
But I really liked these props. I really did. So when I was watching it, I was pausing and taking screenshots because there are 4 of these eggs. They're all slightly different. They're called Cleopatra's eggs. And I was looking at them thinking, oh man, it's really hard to get reference material on them. So I was delighted that you guys have one in this auction.
Right, exactly. And this is actually a great piece, a great kind of representation of what the prop community can do for these types of movies. It's beautifully made, beautifully shaped, indicative of that imperial egg from the Russian imperial family.
Yes,
where
Carl
they open up-
Fabergé.
Exactly, the Fabergés. I really like how they kind of copied that idea, and in the movie it opens up. Right?
It did. There's several, and this one does not. It seems to be solid.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still a beautiful piece. I mean, they did the artwork on this alone is just the detail, the cracks in there.
Yeah, this marbling in here, which I can see is done with like feather, and then there's also blowing some ink with a straw. You can see little tendrils to get the veins of marble going.
Exactly.
I love all these different gold textures. They've gone with a sort of Lumiluster type of paint schema on this, but then augmented with these bits of ivory.
And it's interesting because if you're going to do one of these, how do you get that gold overlay without touching the maroon in the inside?
You know what? That is one that I am very curious about.
So you almost think that they did it beforehand and then overlaid it and glued it on, but I don't know. It's a mystery because these pieces are so intricate and so beautiful.
You are right. It's all red underneath the gold here. So did they dry brush the gold, or did they Did they sputter the gold and then put the paint on and squeegee it off the?
No idea.
That's
Anybody who's worked on this film, come and tell us.
Yes, please. If you worked on the film, tell us details we don't know about these beautiful pieces.
Love the jewel and the lion. I mean, it's just. It's one of my favorite pieces in the catalog.
It's not an amazing movie, but the props are phenomenal.
It's a fun watch. It's a fun watch.
It is.
Because of this, it's definitely something to come and take a look at, and especially the other ones too. Every single one is different. Everyone's a work of art, and we're just so happy to have it in our auction.
Incredible. I have some Fabergé eggs, some replica Fabergé eggs in my collection. One was famously in the opening of Octopussy.
Oh my gosh.
The Noble Collection released a version of it. Okay, I'm going to hand this to you.
I'm going to carefully take it.
This next one, do you want to hand it off?
Oh, sure.
There we go.
Thank you.
Now, this next one comes from a movie I particularly love.
I love this one. Yeah, Joss Whedon, one of my favorites. He created the satire, and of course, we had to have what's called the Hell Lord. And,
the Hell Lord.
The Hell Lord is what his name is.
Oh, right. So this is Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
And it's parodying and making fun of and referring to all of the movies about hell and monsters we have ever seen.
And then in so forth, coming into its own hell by, I'm not going to give the story away, but anyway.
Right. We have a Hellraiser equivalent with, instead of a Hellraiser cube, it's a Hellraiser orb.
Yes.
And this was my favorite part about seeing this. It's practical.
That's right. So when Kurt is holding it in the movie and he's turning it and everybody's on pins and needles about who he's going to summon, this is one of my favorite parts. And this is just, again, another example of the intricate artwork the prop masters have applied to these movies. I mean, look at that detail. I don't know if you can zoom in.
It's insane. It doesn't feel, there are some repeats here of what's in these panels, but very few actually, considering it is surpassingly intricate.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like Egyptian Book of the Dead, where they just have these really characters all over the place, so detailed, so fine. It almost looks like it's personalized, etched in there, and I'm not sure how they made this one.
We were talking about it before. I think there's a little bit of 3D printing. There's a little bit of sculpting. There's a lot of Yeah, it is.
Very one of a kind.
It is one of a kind because it's one of the very few props that actually looks even better in person than it did on film. And it looks spectacular on film.
It's a flash, though. It's so quick. And then you move on to see some of the people that they can summon. And then you see this in live, and I just love the depth. I love all of the different types of symbols, and of course the mechanical part is so fun.
The mechanical part is
You
great.
can't
guys
stop
have
playing
auctioned
with
off.
it.
You have auctioned off Cabin in the Woods props before. I think you had a merman casting.
We did. Yes,
a
that
while
was fun.
back.
That was fun. Yeah.
This just exceeds anything I would have imagined.
Yeah.
From how little this is seen in the film to
Right.
how beautifully executed it is
I know.
a real thrill.
I love their attention to detail, and it's definitely a conversation piece.
And the movie was directed by Drew Goddard,
Yeah.
who is one of my favorite filmmakers and fixers of films. He is an incredible writer. I watch Cabin in the Woods actually probably once a year.
Oh yeah.
I never ever tire of that.
Around Halloween, I suppose.
Oh, any time is a good time for parody horror.
That's true. I love it. Great.
Megan, thank you so much.
Of
I
course.
can't believe I got to spin the orb, and I didn't summon a Hell Lord.
Well, you don't know about that yet.
This is true. And so
Thank
the
you, Adam.
auction is March.
It's March 12th through the 14th.
Excellent. And
Yeah.
you guys have 1,700 pieces in there?
1,700 pieces.
Damn.
I know.
All
Over
right.
a period of 3 days.
Well, thank you
And-
so much for letting me
Thank you.
handle this one.
Play with it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching that video. Your support allows us to make more of this great content. If you'd like to help us on a deeper level even, head over to tested-store.com because we've got stickers. Who doesn't love stickers? Our anime-inspired Tested logo in Japanese. Follow the process, not the plan. It's not a process. It's not a problem to solve, it's a process to manage. Other aphorisms that have come from my mouth. And we have just made a full set of our demerit badges in sticker form. So you can cover your toolbox with all of your screw-ups and celebrate it with other makers. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.